Good morning, my dear children. Today's class is going to be little different. Here we are not going to talk about a particular topic. Okay, so there will be no explanation, no annotation or paraphrasing today. Instead, we will talk about a very important matter, that is writing answer for literature. Now, often we have the notion that if we write longer, we'll get more marks. My suggestion is that it is wrong. The concept is entirely wrong, that if we write longer, we'll get more marks. Matter is that content in your answer. Now, the word content sounds very heavy and obviously unknown to us. What is content? Now, if I make it easier, it is what? That to the point answer. That means what is asked, you should answer in that very way. Obviously, you can use the rhetoric of language, you can make your answer very beautiful, but at the same time you have to keep it in mind that the point should be mentioned clearly what is asked. If it is asked, why is Antonio sad? The answer is very uncertain because he did not clear up anything. But here we can write according to the book because we cannot write beyond the book. What we understood, that his ships were in the ocean, he invested a huge amount and there were different types of risk in ocean, rocks, waves, storms. So these are the reason for him to be sad. So the answer is to the point. Now, without knowing those points, if we write, it is just like we are running for a destination which is unknown to us. So we have to be very careful while writing. We should write to the point, according to the point. If your points are correct, you will get the maximum marks. Now, question comes in 3 different formats. We know 1 plus 1 plus 1, or it may be 2 plus 2, or it may be of 4 marks, or maybe of 3 marks. And there is a question of 8 marks, there is a question of 16 marks. But that 16 marks last year we did not have. And we should pay more attention for those 2 marks question or 3 marks question that come in maximum number. Now, if I I'm just going to open the workbook. Okay, so the page number 136, that is for Act 3 Scene 2, and if you look at the first question, it is given, I pray you tarry, pause a day or two before you hazard, for in choosing wrong I lose your company. That is Portia's speech. And who were present there? Bassanio was present there, and Portia's attendants, that means those Portia's followers, servants were there. Nerissa was there. First question is asked, whom does Portia ask to tarry? Since it is a flat question, answer should be flat. No need to mention in Act 3, Scene 2, in William Shakespeare, Merchant of Venice, no need to mention. Just write, we'll write what? Question is, who does Portia ask to tarry? Question is asked in present tense, so you should write your answer also in present tense. So what should be the answer? Portia asks Bassanio to tarry or pause. That's over. We should not exaggerate the answer. Next part, it is asked, why has the person come? Why has the person come? Why does Bassanio come? Many copies I have seen, they have written that Bassanio borrowed money from Shylock. Bassanio was in a very bad condition, he economically very unstable. No need to mention all these things. Only one thing, he has come to Belmont in order to play the game of casket and win Portia. So these are the 2 answers that we should use for these 2 questions. Again, I would like to tell you, don't exaggerate. Next question, it is asked, what will the person hazard in venturing for Portia? What will the person hazard? This is mentioned in those conditions applied to this game of casket. What are the conditions? If a person loses the game of casket, that means fails to win, we will leave Belmont immediately. He will not tell anyone what casket he had chosen. These 2 are not those hazardous things. Hazardous thing is that the person cannot marry anyone in his life. So why it is written hazard? Question is, again I am reading the question that is asked, what will the person hazard in venturing for Portia? In venturing for Portia, if he fails to win the game of casket, then he will not be able to, he will not be allowed to marry anyone in his life. So, in that case, if Bassanio fails, then he will not be allowed to marry anyone in his life. So, he will live a bachelor life for the next part of his life. So, that is the answer, no need to exaggerate. Now, if you look at the next question, that is question number 3, explain. And yet a maiden hath no tongue but thought. Maiden means a young lady. A young lady does have plenty of feelings but no expression, because the society does not allow. Women were not given proper freedom. So, we have 2 plus 2 here. So, first to explain that one, the flat meaning, that a maiden and a young lady does have plenty of feelings but she has no expression. So, you will write one more line for that one. What? During that period of time, women did not have any freedom of expression. So, their feelings, their like and dislike, they cannot convey. Over. Why I am saying this? Because I have the proof in Act 1 Scene 2 where Portia said he can neither choose one nor reject one. Next question, hate counsels not in such quality. That means hate does not teach a person in a proper manner. You have to mention the context. In order to make Bassanio understand, she said that she does not love Bassanio, but at the same time she does not hate Bassanio, because hate does not allow a person to speak in a proper way or to express that person's feelings. Over. Next, that is question number D. Does Portia seem like a person in control of herself and the situation here? Is she look like a person in control? We have seen Portia many a times in a great manner. We have seen and we are going to see in Act 4 Scene 1. But here she does not look like that same Portia with plenty of wisdom. No, she is not looking like she is in control of herself. Here she has submitted herself to Bassanio. So, the answer is very flat. Question is asked, does Portia seem like a person in control? No, Portia does not look like a person in control, since she has submitted herself to Bassanio and she has almost conveyed her feelings for him, that she does not want to lose him. How does she appear? She appears to be in great tension. She appears like she is in great tension of losing Bassanio. That is her appearance. Cite instances of Portia's opening speech to support your answer. If we look at the speech, it is given tarry. That means she wants Bassanio's company for 2 or 3 days more, because he does not want to lose Bassanio, and she does not want that Bassanio will hazard his luck by playing the game of casket. So, these are showing her sympathy for Bassanio. She has a soft corner in her heart for Bassanio. So, all the answers are done for question number 1. Now, question number 1, what we have seen, we are not going to exaggerate, point number 1. Number 2, we are going to write to the point. And third, we should not commit any spelling mistake. And obviously, handwriting should be proper. Proper does not mean it should have the quality of typing. The best writing that you can do that one. It should be neat, clean and clear. Next, now that was question number 1. Now, if I look at question number B, that is, bereave your eyes, that is Portia's speech again, means curse your eyes. They have overlooked me and divided me. One half of me is yours, another half yours. Mine own, I would say. So, that speech, once you read in book also or in workbook. So, whose eyes have overlooked? Obviously, Bassanio's eyes have overlooked and divided Portia. What does she mean this? It does not mean she got bisected with the vision of Bassanio. Means her feeling got divided into 2. Her feelings, her sentiment got divided into 2 for Bassanio. Why divided into 2? In one hand, she wants to help Bassanio, another hand, she does not want to break her father's promise. So, she got divided into 2. She was in great dilemma, in great confusion, whether to help Bassanio or not. That was the confusion. Now the second part of the question says, second question, what does Portia say she would wish for just a few lines? She wishes to commit a sin by helping Bassanio. That was her wish few lines back. Then it is asked, why would she wish for such thing? She wishes for such thing in order to have Bassanio forever. She wishes to help Bassanio to become a sinner and break her father's promise, only to have Bassanio as a life partner. And next, that is question number 3. Who are the owners here and what are their rights? Here owner means Bassanio and right is Portia and everything she has. But there is a barrier of time, there is a barrier of a game of casket. Those things should be overcome in order to get her hands. So Portia is going to be the rights and Bassanio is the owner. But there is an invisible barrier between them, that is the barrier of luck, that game of casket. What difference do you find between Portia of these lines in Act 1, Scene 2? Obviously, in Act 1, Scene 2, we have seen Portia as a confident lady, though she was in tension, but she was confident enough while describing all other suitors. And here we are finding what Portia is in total dilemma. She is very much soft-hearted here. And what we can say that she has submitted herself to Bassanio. That means in Act 1, Scene 2, she was rejecting the suitors and she is now afraid of getting rejected by luck. So, in Act 1, Scene 2, Portia is confident and here Portia is in great tension. In Act 1, Scene 2, we have seen Portia rejecting the suitors and here Portia is afraid of getting rejected by luck. She wants Bassanio badly. Question 5th. Portia says, all yours. A few lines earlier she said, but it is not love. What impression do you have of her in these lines? The impression that I have got here that she is in great confusion. She does not want to lose Bassanio. That is the main thing here. What she wants Bassanio to be her life partner. But she did not have that. She also mentioned that a maiden does not have tongue, that means expression. She mentioned that she does not love him. Actually, she did not have the courage, the social support to convey her love. In reality, her heart was solely dedicated. She was solely dedicated to Bassanio. So that is the matter here, that she could not convey her love verbally, but the true fact is that she is already in love with Bassanio. That is why she can't reject him. So at the end she mentions that everything belongs to him, even she is the right and Bassanio is the owner, and everything she has belongs to Bassanio. So that's question number A and B. It is not that I am giving in video only, I will try to provide you the written form also. But one thing for sure, you should not blindly go with this answer. You should have your own opinion, own writing. That will bring the differences. Otherwise, if you follow the same answer, everyone, that will not be of great quality. We should have different answer. But the content should be same. It should not be you will write totally different answer, but it should be your own language. So develop that habit of writing in proper language. But again, I would like to remind you, number 1, to the point answer. Number 2, no exaggeration. Don't write unnecessarily. Longer answer does not mean greater marks. Proper answer means proper marks. So do write to the points and textual answer. Your answers should have the validity of the text. That means the support of the text. So go through this video properly. And next I will upload one video on request, that is figures of speech. I will discuss all the figures of speech. It will take little time. So hope you will go through this one by that time. Thank you very much.